like that, it's easy to see why.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Just keep slinging it. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Durham. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Wants to throw on 3rd. And the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Hurricane! The defense putting points on the board.
That is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick 6 early, put yourself in a hole, not good.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Oh, he's going to go up top. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
And another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Hey, quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. On the ground, it's Fletcher. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
On 2nd down, defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pocket breaking down. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Touch pass on the run. Plows through the defense. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Canes are moving quickly down the field. fires to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Caught in the backfield. It's Bauman. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. The give on the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
What a huge stop by the defense, forcing the 4th down and making the 4th down and goal a little bit harder by getting a lost yardage play. Nice job bowing up by this defense.
The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive. You want to get touchdowns. You don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this. Well, now you get no points. And the defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Wide open downfield. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Miami 7, LSU 0.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They'll try the counter. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it.
Touchdown, Cage! Made the grab and hook it on in for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The 18 unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive.
Man, as a defense, you're salivating in this territory. You want to get that safety. You want to put your hands over your head, clasp them together. I got him in the end zone. Nice job by the defense being ready, rushing the quarterback, almost getting the safety.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Bringing the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Stop just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. To the air. It's back. Looking to scramble. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play. Quarterback making checks. They'll try the left side.
pulled down for the tackle.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
And the Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Off the RPO, complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Caught over the middle. It's Bauman. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
The Hurricanes are flying down the field. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the move. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not, and if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's the handoff. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. It's caught. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a big play up top, going 63 yards to the house. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Scanning the field, it's back. Oh, they're after him. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because you did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll immediately call timeout.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Motion from the back. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Canes line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. From the gun to give, looking for room. That should be the final play of the first half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. LSU ready to put it away and open this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going to the run to start this second half. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Beck. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Daniels. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield. The defense took everything away, so his eyes come down. He finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the Canes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Dropping back, it's Beck. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bowman. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Canes headed quickly to the line. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears-like in their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we could name, like Spears, that you just mentioned, like Booger in the past, that put on that purple and gold, look good, big physical guys that fill out them uniforms and eat quarterbacks.
And the Hurricanes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the 3rd quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Good right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
On the set. Here we go.
Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. He lets one fly deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
To the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Catch in the middle, it's Watkins. There he goes. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Miami, 24, LSU.
They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Here we go.
Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Tigers have pushed it inside the 20. Back to pass on 2nd down. Going for 6. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
They'll leave it with him.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Hurricanes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Caught behind the line. It's Bauman. Can't get him to the ground. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with the lone back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it. 1st down and more. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he should.
Ball is out behind the line. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse.
And listen, quarterbacks run more nowadays, and we see more of it, but they do have a tendency, because they are a quarterback, to cough it up a little bit. But how about the man? He said, I got this, and jumps back on it, make sure he covers that thing up so he didn't make a bad play for his offense.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the tight end. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. It's a running. Got enough space. Touchdown, Hurricane. And the pummeling has started. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
It's complete to the left. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Running back searching for a hole. He's loose. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught close to the marker, it's Anderson. It's a seam wide open. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air. He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes the grab at the 10. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. Finds his big tight end. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2.
22, Spider. Flare.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. One more play to pad the stats. Off play action on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback gets the first down. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that had a pre. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. A special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in really good field position. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. To the air, it's back. Under fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The give from the gun. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Leaves his feet, makes a nice grab along the right sideline. Man, what a great catch, but he needed to give him a chance to run with it after the grab.
Yeah, third down, you need more than that. Maybe the play needs to go a little bit further down the field, but you're right, a more accurate pass maybe gives him a chance to stay on his feet and try to get the first down.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. The RPO, it's complete. Oh, a lot of space. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, I know a lot of people were scratching their heads with that decision by the head coach to go for it on fourth down on your own side of the field this early in the game. But nice job offensively executing the play and keeping this drive alive.
And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be... down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Handoff from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, the defense defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Tight end now in motion. Gonna run it. It's Durham. Look out, he's got room. Oh, he's got some space. Wide open spaces. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch him, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Coming out with it, it's Scott. Smacks him with the stiff arm. This guy is so dangerous. He excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Dropping back, it's Beck. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these third and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a first and goal.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Now, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking...
Sneaks it into the end zone.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Give to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable third down situations. And we've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Using his feet to buy time. Lost, the defense is wide open. Open field on the right. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
42, Spider.
Send the tight end in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to get the edge on the right. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. It's back. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. Across the 35. Out of bounds at the 36. And a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Canes. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a gap. It's Durham. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Got the first down and more. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. The Canes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. LSU quick to the line. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Keeps looking downfield. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this area to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? Wide receiver comes in motion. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bauman. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Back to pass, it's Beck. Looking to buy time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
Rides to back and leaves it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that guy. I know that.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Miami! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14.
Miami 21, LSU 14.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Anderson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. A delay of game penalty in this part of the field? Man, the defense just starts spitting fire after that. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got him downfield. At the 35, he's got room. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter.
Miami 21, LSU 14.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Takes the handoff. It's Dura. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. LSU right back to the line.
Well, the defense ran a long way that time in pursuit, but they were able to make the tackle for a big loss, and they've got to get lined up right away because the offense is going quickly.
Quick completion on the out. Hard-hitting tackle.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. Quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick, and then that was a really good play by the offense. Pretty good coverage by the defense, but I got to make them earn it all the way down the field.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Berry. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The corners are walked up tight. Johnson wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd down, going up top. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
I know they've got all their timeouts left, but it feels like this is the ball game right here. 4th down, the quarterback's got to do something special, knowing that they need a touchdown here to win.
He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Handoff, keep working on that clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, give on the inside. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Listen to this crowd just girders of this place trying to help their defense. From the gun, the ground game. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Hurricanes decide to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Scott. They stop him short, and now they'll get the ball back here in the 4th quarter.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
They'll run it. It's Barry. Nice pick up on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Johnson looking to throw. Under fire. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, obviously here in the 4th quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on 2nd down. We're expecting them to throw it here on 3rd.
They'll move the tight end. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. 4th down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense.
There he goes! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. Across the 45. Turning it on! That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Begin aeration volume set to 100.
Matchup right here between the two clear power players on the college football landscape. Extra intensity and intrigue when the Big Ten collides with the SEC.
The Gators will kick this deep to start us off.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So State's offense is going to get the chance to start this game off. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kirk. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. They're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, they provide the leadership. Coaches told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today.
So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Tries the right with a quick throw. And that one's picked off. What a play. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Chris, that one cost him. He's just trying to get something started here early in the game, trying to take a chance, but it backfires. The defense in great position to come up with that interception.
Grab behind the line. It's Sturdivant. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Gators. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And the PAT is good. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. The pass rush closing in. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. 2nd down play now coming up. Empty set now, 5 wide receivers. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Short pass finds the tight end. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Finally, they get him. A great tackle by the quarterback. Not easy with that size difference. Important 3rd down play coming up after that completion. He dumps it off to the tight end. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Stout defense there. It's a 3-yard loss on that run. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. On the move now. That's caught. It's Tate. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense. When you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
The Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. With the catch, it's Peoples. He's in the clear. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up under the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
And he keeps it. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
And they're trying to punch it in here. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And here's the return from inside the 5. Makes